let's move on. All right. Before we get to the stinker, let's get to the better. To me, I think it was the most exciting game of the week. The Rams and Bears. The Rams pulled it out, and I think it was like they said that the overall temperature, like it felt like 10 degrees out there. In overtime, 20-17, and a thriller. Stafford did what he had to do. 20-42, 258 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Kyron Williams came to play, 2 touchdowns for him, and then Caleb Williams. Look, say it, say it, say it. Caleb Williams was very, very good. I see the bright spots with him, but the cornerback for on that play, I don't understand. Where was he jumping? I just don't understand. But either way, you see the best of Caleb Williams. You see the bright spots, but you also see the dumb things that he does. And again, it just came and it showed up once again, and it cost him the game. And so hopefully he learns from this. He learns from this experience and it carries over. Not too much because, I don't want them to do anything over my Lions, but
yeah.
But credit to them. They put up a showing, and the Bears defense was much as a surprise. They really played their to me, their best game of the season, in my opinion. But again, situational excellence is what won the day for the Rams in a very hostile environment. And I don't want to give Chicago a lot of credit, but the crowd was very much into that game. You could see and hear the hope, and in that crowd. It was good television, But if the only thing that would have made it better is if Stafford was still in the Lions uniform and he did that. That's it.
Agree. But I know we've been kind of doo-dooing all over Caleb Williams this year, but that pass that he made, dude, that was spectacular. I mean, how he rolled out and rolled away, and the way he chucked the ball. Yeah. I mean, that touchdown pass was amazing. It really was.
He jumpmanned it.
Yeah. I mean, that was a Herculean effort on how he actually nailed that receiver. That was just incredible.
Well, yeah. Can I say this real quick though? And please help me if y'all agree. Like that moment, right? Those 3 seconds of him like escaping was like, all right, cool. And then he's trying to run away. And I'm like, okay, throw the ball away. Just throw the ball away. No, he's actually trying to throw a touchdown pass. I'm like, what are you doing? And while the ball was in the air, I was like, oh, that's a pick. I ain't worried about that. That's a pick. And then all of a sudden it's just, what? I was like, how?
Yeah. No. So on that particular play, man, the wide receiver was supposed to run across the safety's face. DJ Moore was supposed to cut it off and come back, and he didn't. And so where Caleb threw it was actually the right place to throw the ball. It was just they weren't on the same page.
And, so let me ask you this. Do you think it was a failed coverage or just improvisation from the quarterback and wide receiver?
For this particular play?
Or are you talking about the pick?
No.
Yeah, what are you talking
about? No, the touchdown pass. Do you think that was improvisation, or do you think that it was just a failed coverage?
I think that was improv.
I think it's a combination of both. Because
so they're playing
it was a scramble drill. Yeah, it was a scramble drill by Komet. But the way the corner played, I guess he was trying to play the ball instead of playing the man, which I think that's what he should have done. But especially on, a desperation heave like that, like just make sure you're in the same area, not the ball down, right? But yeah, it was utterly weird. But that pick play, Mr. Rader, I completely disagree. I think that was a bad judgment call on Caleb's part because he could see that the corner and it was basically bracket coverage by both the corner and the safety. So and I believe it was a Dunze that was wide open on that play. And if he would have saw it, that should have been where the ball should have went. And I think DJ was surprised that the ball was coming to him because I think he saw that he had 2 people on him too. So he's like, why the hell? Why is this happening? Like, I'm not supposed to be getting this ball right now. The way the play is designed was for Dunze, not for me.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think he. I don't. I think Odunze was probably the second or third read. I think Caleb was reading that the whole way because again, it was the right throw. If you look at it, if he would, if Moore would have cut it off and ran across the way it would have been, it would have been a catch. It would have been 1-on-1. He would have let him. It would have been a catch. But he quit like as the ball was kind of like three-quarters of the way there. He quit running the route, or he didn't look back at Caleb
Yeah,
to bring
yeah,
it in.
yeah,
So
I can see that too, but it's just like I'm like, because I'm looking at, I'm like, yo, like the like it's cover 3 and the safety is going with DJ Moore. So I'm like, okay, so over the top, he's covered, and there's the other corner was underneath on that zone. So I'm like, okay, cool. So there's somebody else. Like, oh, there's Odunze over there. Just I don't know, but
All right. So I'm going to ask a weird question here. So the fact that the Rams actually won that game the way they actually did, do you think that that was because of Stafford's and his offense's clutch performance that won the game, or was it a letdown by the Chicago defense?
I think it's Stafford all the way. The plays that had to be made to get first downs, like that third down play to Devontae Adams, was just a dot. Like is
yeah, he carved him up.
yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do to get the victory. Like it wasn't anything like spectacular. Like Puka or Devontae didn't have any spectacular numbers, but it was like first downs to them and stuff like that. Like they did just enough, and they allowed the run game to actually carry them. And so
Okay, so they basically nickel and dimed him, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, it was a hostile environment. It's cold as hell. In Soldier Field, like the wind swirled a lot, and you don't want to put the ball in harm's way like that. So
Right.
they understood what was needed, and so I think it's just the experience of Matthew Stafford that overcame the situation overall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would agree. Just back to your point about Matthew Stafford. I mean, the dude is clutch. I mean, he is, and he proved it in this game. I thought it was a great game. It really
Yeah.
was. I mean, on both sides of the ball. I think that Chicago in the years to come could be a problem.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I liked Ben Johnson's press conference afterwards, where they was asking about if are they going to build for next season, and he's like, no, we're at the bottom floor again, and we have to build this thing back up. So I absolutely I love that from a coach speak perspective. I just hate it is coming from a Chicago Bears coach, but I it's oh my god, the NFC North is just going to be a freaking bloodbath for the next 5 years, man.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And for once, the Bears are right there in the mix.
Yeah,
Good on
yeah,
them, man, because they've been atrocious for a while. So,
Yeah.
it just goes to show you, man, what good coaching, good drafting, and pick players will do. So my Raiders shouldn't have a freaking excuse to come with this upcoming draft because it's loaded with defensive linemen, cornerbacks, and offensive linemen. So let's go.
yeah. And you're lucky enough to get the only good quarterback in the draft class too.
Yeah, but see, now I'm gonna have a controversial take on that. I have mixed feelings about Mendoza.
Uh-oh.
Mixed feelings.
Okay.
And just we are running a little. My bad. Okay, I'll make this quick. So I get it that a college football player can have one really good year if he hasn't started before or competed before anywhere else. Joe Burrow, he was at Ohio
Mhm.
State, right?
Oh
Left.
man, I was just going to say Joe Burrow.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he left right to go to LSU and had one of the best seasons ever. And basically, the rest is history. I mean, Joe Burrow is probably what you'd say top 5 QB, NFL QB in the
Sure.
top 5
Absolutely.
easily.
Let's say top 10. But yeah,
So,
he's up.
so when I started kind of looking into Mendoza's history, Miami, they wouldn't even let him walk on. And who was he competing against? And it was so bad, like they brought in Beck of all
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't like in the Ohio State because I think when Joe Burrow was there, God, was it Justin Fields was the quarterback, I think?
Yeah. Justin Fields and Stroud were either
Yeah.
they were already there or they knew Stroud was coming.
Yeah. So, in for college, like they were good service quarterbacks for their teams. You know what I mean? So Joe Burrow wasn't going to see any play time. So that's why he went to LSU. But what I'm saying is for Fernando Mendoza, like if you look at his college history, man, he really hasn't done much of anything. I'm not saying he's a scrub. Don't get me
Right.
wrong. I think he has the measurables, but
Well, he's definitely an upgrade for what you got.
is it though? I mean,
Well,
Gino
we'll see.
had a bad year because our offensive line is trash. If I'm going to be honest, our offensive line was absolute trash. So I don't care who you are. If you put back there, you're going to look like dog crap.
And
So,
that's the thing that mystifies me about the Raiders. I mean, here you got you actually have really good special players in there. You know, you have Gentry, and Bowers, and you have no offensive line to actually provide any protection for these guys.
well, Colton Miller was down. Our free agent hire, I forget his freaking name. He was injured. So we're getting those guys back. And then if we can draft well and kind of build inside out, I think Gino should be a bridge quarterback till we can get somebody like, say, like Lamar Jackson in free agency or something. But I
Lamar
think we should.
Jackson. Come on,
I think
Baltimore. They're not going to let him go.
I think we should trade the number 1 pick and then trade down like how the Texans did. You know, when they had got CJ Stroud and they also got Will Anderson. We need to do something kind of like that, but with a defensive tackle and an offensive lineman, and then get draft capital for next year. So
No,
if we
what I
want to
think
make a push,
what I think is the Raiders. They need to just keep doing Raider things because it's working out.
yeah, okay, whatever. So they just need to. That's what we
Can
should do.
can I interject real quick? I don't want to infuriate you further, Mr. Raider, but I remember you got upset about the nepotism that was permeated around your team in 25. But I did not know that both of Pete Carroll's sons was on the coaching
Oh
staff.
yeah, oh yeah,
I knew of one. I didn't know there was two.
yeah.
I
There's
was
two.
like,
I knew. Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't know about that. I
the,
thought
yeah.
there was
There's
only
two.
one, but wow.
the offensive line, and the assistant quarterbacks coach. Oh, like, oh,
Oh
no
man.
wonder Geno sucked. Jesus, like,
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
He, he
That's pretty bad.
was awful, bad. But that's what I say. And I would hate to do it, but if we trade Matt Crosby to get, say, 2 first-round picks from Cleveland, you know, because I see, like,
what
I would love that. If Cleveland, because Cleveland has, what, 2 first-round picks in 2026?
they do?
So if they gave us that and a first next year and maybe a third, oh, I mean, come on.
I don't see
You know,
them making that trade. Just because
Yeah, no.
one player is not going to make them great again. I mean, they're
oh,
they're 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 rebuilding just the same way as you are.
who, the
Max
Browns?
Crosby. I mean, what he's going to go from one rebuild to another?
Oh, there's
I
no
Well, he
wouldn't.
doesn't have a
rebuild.
trade clause, so that doesn't help him. But
No.
yeah, but the way the
Cleveland's
Browns
not a
are,
rebuild.
the Browns are not gonna the Browns are not gonna do that. First of all, they're not gonna trade both their first and 26 for him. They're not doing that.
And not only
Second,
that, but Max Crosby, he's going to want to go to a contending team if
yes,
he's smart.
absolutely. Yeah. Secondly, the Browns have so many holes on offense that they can't afford to lose that many picks.
Yeah, agreed.
So, and plus, you got Miles Crosby. You got Miles Garrett. You can't have the salary
say
of Miles
Miles
Garrett
Crosby
and
there,
Max
dude?
Crosby. I know. I
You
didn't
just
mean to
said
do that,
Miles
but
Crosby, didn't you?
I did. But
Hilarious.
Miles Garrett. Yeah, you
I
can't
knew
have the
what he
salary of
meant.
Miles Garrett and have the salary of Max Crosby. You can't do that.
I
Yeah.
knew what you meant.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. Was there anything else you wanted to add about you? I kind of undercut your Raiders rant, Mr. Raider. But I don't know if you had
No.
anything else you want to say about. No.
No, other than just having a broken heart continuously, I'm good. I finally know how you feel like a hater for all those years of being a Lions fan. I know what you feel like.
Yeah, it's a lonely
It's-
place, sir.
We're coming up on 30 years, man. 30.
Yeah. It's a lonely place. The only difference between me and you is the fact you had to have 2 moves of the team in between time. Like, the Lions stayed the same place and they still stunk. So,
Yeah.
hey, man, keep hope alive. That's all I can tell you. I mean, and your owner died. Your owner died and your team still stinks. Like, our owner died and we got better. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hard.
That's harsh, but I
It's
got
the
nothing.
truth.
I got nothing.
I'll leave the Raiders alone. But we do have to get this other game out the way. Oh man, the Seattle Seahawks, man, beat the bricks off of the 49ers. Was it 41-6? More injuries to the 49ers. What else is new? And Sam Darnold literally had to do nothing. He did
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. But
Yeah.
for some odd reason, somebody on this panel believes that Sam Darnold is going to deliver the Seattle Seahawks to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I don't see it.
That would be me. I actually think that their defense is good enough to get them past the Rams. I think they're that good. I don't know. It's just a gut instinct at this point, but the fact that you actually I get the fact that they actually beat the 49ers the way they did, with a depleted roster the way that the 49ers had, but I don't know. I mean, that's one of those games that you're supposed to win, and they took care of business. So who's to say that they're not going to do the same in this game to come?
Yeah. Seattle's really good, dude. They're really good. They're winning despite Darnold. So if I'm Darnold, man, I'm putting it together this game because if you can do that and you can get the Super Bowl and you can win it, you can shut everybody the hell up. You know what I mean? And remember, keep in mind, man, he was what, 20 years old when he was drafted.
Yes. Yeah.
So now's the time, bro. Now's the time.
So, and not only that, but what I'm actually picking up is that Seattle is actually 2.5-point favorites in this game.
See?
Hmm.
See? So, in a matter of speaking, Vegas even knows that there's no lock here. And
No, it's pretty tight, but 2.5 points. I mean, what does that usually translate to? 7 points or better?
no, essentially the home team should get 3. So the fact that they're not even getting 3 for being at home tells you
Yeah.
what the strength is for the Rams.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I'll say this. The worst possible thing for the Seahawks was the fact that the Bears did not win that game and they faced them instead of the Rams, because now they have to face the same team for a third time, which is never good. The argument could be made that, the previous meeting in Seattle against the Rams outplayed them, and it took a Rashid Shaheed punt return to get them back in the game, because Darnold has played like absolute dog crap against them all season long. And so, and then in this game here, he only threw the ball 17 times, man. Like, really? So now you barely got your arm loose in a game, and now you get basically the biggest game of your life, and Stafford's coming to town.
You bring up a good point, because here's another thing. Didn't I read something about Charbonnet going out?
Yes,
He
is
torn
out.
ACL.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, there goes half their running back class.
But Walker's balling right now, dude. So I'm not saying they're
Walker's
gonna.
doing good, but I mean, if you're only a one painted pony, I mean, that's not gonna get it, okay, you gotta bring him out of the game at some point.
I'll say this. In that game, he averaged 9.1 yards per carry in the last game, and they played against them. But at the same time, in the game, Darnold threw 2 picks in that game, and I believe in the series overall against the Rams, he has 6 picks against them.
6.
6. So,
Hmm.
if he throws another, I'll put it like this. I'll ask y'all this: if Sam Darnold throws 2 picks in this game, do they win?
Yes,
Wow.
I think the defense is that good that it can overcome that.
Wow.
Okay, 2 picks.
2 picks.
Okay, if he throws 2 picks, then I'm gonna say no. I'll reverse my stance on that one. I just don't think that Sam Darnold has it in him to actually finish the game.
Yeah. I would say this: the way the game starts was going to matter more for the Seahawks if they're going to overcome it. Like, if Darnold starts off bad, then it's going to avalanche. It's going to be blouses. But if he's going toe to toe with Stafford, then they will have a more than 50% chance to win the game. But I think the start of the game, like the first 2 series, is going to I think, tell the story for the entire game, to be honest.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think by the basis of this conversation, y'all can tell that I think the Rams are going to pull it off.
But okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we're moving on to our predictions now. Obviously, we already covered the Rams Seattle game.
Yeah. So it's basically y'all two. Yeah, both of y'all are going with the Seahawks, right?
I am, yes.
I am, yes.
All right. And so that takes us to New England and Denver. In Denver.
Oh, goodness gracious. Don't put me in a bad position. I can't go. I can't go against my Broncos, but I'm also, at the end of the day, a realist. They have an uphill battle. Losing Knicks was just colossal. I mean, it would have been a tough fight even with him. I'm not even going to say it, but you know what? I am going to say it. I'm going to say that the Broncos actually, because of their defense and they're at home, and, just because I think that there's some unquestionables on New England, I'm going to take the Broncos. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be so tight. It could go into double overtime with this one.
To go for the Broncos would be basically encouraging an absolute collapse from the Patriots. And I think I'll be honest, if Belichick was still the coach, I could see it. But I think with Vrabel as the coach here, I think they're going to have them ready to go, ready to roll, and even killed. And they're going to take. I'm not going to say they're going to roll y'all, but I see y'all losing by 17.
Yeah, I have the Patriots winning, obviously, but I think Stidham. I think he's gonna do serviceable, but man, you're not gonna be able to make up for that Bo Nix loss. You're really not. So
Yeah.
I got the Patriots stomping that ass.
Ooh.
By a touchdown.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you're more respectful than me.
Yeah, trying to be.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I mean, they still got a solid defense and stuff like that, but
yeah.
it's just a tough situation.
Yeah. Or I should say sympathetic joy. Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad that the squad, your squad, ended up having to have this happen, because I mean the path was set, for y'all to get to the Super Bowl. I think much like the Texans, I think you guys have a generational defense as well. But I know they're going to play inspired, though. I say that. Man, it's just a hard thing to ask for, dude who's been basically cold the entire season to come up and then and to pull this one out. And it's not like, everybody keeps saying like, oh, he could pull Nick Foles. Like, wait, Nick Foles had a whole 6 games before the playoffs even started to get himself acclimated. This is far different. And so I just think it's just too much.
It is a lot. It is a lot, guys. Yeah, I make no argument.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
but hey, hopefully, it's either, the unlikely quarterbacks facing each other, and Darnold and Stidham, or the two front runners for the MVP might face each other in the Super Bowl. So we'll see.
We'll see. I think it's going to be a good weekend of football, though. So either way.
Yeah. So with that said, you did mention Mendoza really quick there, Mr. Ritter, but we got to get this. We had to give a congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers, who took care of business against the Miami Hurricanes in the national championship on Monday, 27-21, and in a game that it started off really rocky, but the fourth quarter was amazing.
Yeah.
Signetti, again, I mean, first of all, to call consecutive timeouts, I was like, yo, what are you doing on a 4th and 5? And then he goes for it, and it works. And it's just like, bro, like, what a season, man. What a season for them. Hey, the Midwest takeover is here, y'all, in college football. We are. I never thought I'll ever see the day when that would happen, but and since Woo Pig is not here to defend the SEC, well, the Midwest is here, baby, and we ain't giving it back either. So You can have your Lane Kiffins and your Kirby Smarts and your Sarkeesians and all that stuff. But yeah, Big Ten is here, baby.
Well, Woo Pig might not be here, but he's definitely bound to hear this one. So I absolutely cannot wait to hear his exchange.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. But like I would tell him, man, I was like, okay, 1 is a fluke, 2, okay, is a pattern, but 3 years, that's a trend. So Big Ten, big 3 years winning.
Yep.
That's a trend.
Yep.
In a row, by the way.
Yes, that's what I mean. And also, I have to throw this in there. Of the 3, the only one who won a championship with some losses under their belt was Ohio State. So there's that.
Yeah, do it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But honestly, we'll save the overall conversation on college football once we have Woo Pig here. But I do have to ask y'all this. Do you think Cignetti has messed it up for the rest of college football? To turn a team that did not have a single 5-star player on their team, who did not have the NIL funds that a lot of these other schools have, and basically not manipulate, but use the transfer portal in the way that he did and getting older players and basically use a Gonzaga model for basketball and turn it into a championship. Do you think it puts pressure on all these other coaches and these other big time schools to perform and do better?
No. And I'll tell you why. Because keep in mind that a good majority of those players came from JMU. That's where Cignetti came from.
Yep.
So they transferred over there. And yeah, he did go to the portal and get experienced players. But the foundation was kind of already brought with him. So I think that's why it was successful. Now, going into this upcoming year, depending on how many of those players on Indiana go for the draft, then that would be something I think appropriate to ask that question after that season. You know what I mean?
Okay. And just a bonus question for you, sympathetic Joey. How does it feel to have a championship in Indiana and it's not Notre Dame?
Okay, so I see what you're trying to do there, and it's not going to work. So, I can't say it as much as I want to, but you know what I want to say. And I think that the audience, if they know me well enough, knows what I want to say as well. So I'm going to see you work tomorrow, dude. And yeah.
Oh my God.
That was messed
that was
up,
intentional.
Man. That was messed up, dude.
That was intentional, and I've been sitting on that all day.
Yeah, and here you were sitting there trying to blame Kyle for, saying that he was going to actually try to instigate me into cussing and stuff like that. And here you are, with a big grin on your face. And once again, I had to just then actually have to remind myself I can't cuss. And I want to so bad. Oh, this stinks.
It's jacked up, man. Right before we leave, you got throw something in there like that, man. Dang.
But what I mean, if Kyle wasn't here to do it, or I'm sorry, if Woo Pig wasn't here to do it, I had no choice but to fill in the role.
All right, so if I can sustain that abuse, then
Bond villain, you.
I am. I'm going to use I'm going to use a scene from Tombstone. I am an oak.
Yeah. Woosah. Woosah, my friend.
Woosah, you.
Hey, you know what? I'm proud of you, man. You have exhibited self-control. I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and for the audience, you guys have no idea. Growing up in a college and high school football locker room, and then going into the military and going through boot camp, and then being surrounded by your colleagues that are Marines, you guys have no idea how much restriction I have on me right now, or restraint that I have on me right now. And then he throws that little knuckleball at me. Oh my goodness!
It's a factual statement. That's all. That's it.
But I can tell you right now, come, in 3 weeks' time, I'm going to turn into a sailor and, times, what do they call them? A truck driver. My goodness. Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I mean, you're going to have to edit the.
Oh yeah, the bleep button will be ready. It'll be worn the hell out by the time you're done. It's fine.
All right.
It's hilarious. All right. Well, so what are we gonna go into? Because we can always cover the UFC at the next time because we're kind of running over a little bit here. But is there anything left? Anything else? So y'all gotta get off your chest and want to say?
Gentlemen, I have nothing myself. I think that playoffs for the NFL are going to be pretty wild. Hopefully, my Broncos can put up a little bit of a fight, this weekend. But no, it's been a crazy season, so far. I can say this. My older brother, who's actually a coach for football. And he dissects football all the way down. And not only that, but he's up in Oregon, where he actually had interaction with Bo Nix. He basically said that Bo Nix, he could be a Super Bowl contender in his 4th year. His first year, it's going to be a learning curve. Second year, he'll make the playoffs. Third year, he'll, get in, he'll make, he'll win a game in the playoffs. The 4th year, he's predicting them to actually win the Super Bowl. I hope he's so right. I'm hoping he's wrong in the sense that I hope that they win this year. But either way, man, this has been a really fun season so far, guys. And I'm glad to be able to talk about this with you boys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good stuff, man. And I'm proud of you, Less Angry Joey. I'm proud of you. I really am. I'm not saying that. I know it's hard, dude.
Yeah, this season definitely was fun, and I'm appreciative of the parity in the NFL this year. I'm very happy for that.
Yeah, me too.
Agree. And not only that, but let's go down the list of things that were wrong with the NFL last year. I think the officiating was bad. I think that they kind of loosened the grips on that a little bit. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, hell no, they still suck. No,
well,
I'm not giving you that.
So they're still making mistakes. Of course, there's always going to be one. Take for example, the that interception. Things happen so fast, especially when you're on the field. I can tell you, having played college football, they happen so fast. It's hard to even register in your mind. I can only begin to imagine, what it would be like playing in the pros, or let alone trying to officiate these games. So I do have a small semblance of sympathy for the refs this year. Last year, yeah, was bad, but this year I think that they did better, and hopefully I wish that the NFL, what they should do is actually hire professional refs.
Or just hire them full time. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Full-time professional refs.
Yep.
But whatever. But that's actually a really good take there, Hater.
Well, I'll say this. I'm really trying here. I think for the first time in 2-0 show history, I think we just found somebody who just tried to use the refs as a side piece.
What? Okay, I got to hear this one. I don't know this one.
I'm just saying it. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know.
I wasn't trying to use them as a side piece. I just said that they got better. Better than 2024. I wasn't trying. What side piece? What are you talking about? Once again, you're trying to get me to cuss. You're trying to get me to cuss there, Hater, and you're gonna piss me off. Here pretty soon, you're gonna make me break and hang up the phone.
Okay, I'm done. I promise. I'm done for today.
That's funny. I'd wonder what you guys are gonna do in the office tomorrow. That'd be hilarious.
I might break. I just might break. It's one thing to actually be on the phone with you guys, but I actually have to see you in person. I'm going to look at him and go, you.
You're going to be like Tom Hanks on that League of Their Own.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
sitting there
pretty
gritting,
much.
biting the bottom of his lip, sitting there trying to keep from cussing out the ref. Yeah, that's gonna be me tomorrow. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you just get out of my way."
And and we've already got confirmation. You can't write it. You can't write cuss words or anything like that. That counts
Oh,
too.
no,
So
and it's funny, that you say that because my wife, she actually took the same thing, right? Well, I heard her actually, you guys do know that I'm married to a Latina, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
I actually heard her saying some cuss words in Spanish. And
oh,
well, if
that
there's
counts too.
anything if there's anything that I do know, it's cuss words in Spanish.
Mm,
Ironically, right?
right.
So I actually was yelling at her. I was like, cuss words. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. It's so
Oh,
funny.
oh, it flowed out so quickly. Wow, that's funny.
Yeah. I
That's
can't
funny.
say the words, but she I felt a little pee go down my leg. It was so fucking it was so funny.
All right.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but anyway.
All
Okay.
right. Well, okay. So let's go ahead and transition to Kiss My Grits and Alamo Minute. I know most of our listeners are probably already aware, but just to repeat it. Kiss My Grits is something that, could be annoying you, a situation, a sports thing, don't matter. Anything that you need to call to the carpet. That's the time to do it. Alamo Minute, it's the reverse. Just give a positive shout out to a company, business, person, place, thing, your significant other, whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. You can do both as well if you want. So, Hater, let's start with you. Do you have a Kiss My Grits or an Alamo Minute or both?
I do have both this go around, y'all, and I'll start with Kiss My Grits first. And it's a little bit of a continuation from my Kiss My Grits from last week.
Oh,
So once again, the selection committee for the NFL All Pro team, yeah, y'all get a repeat. Y'all get another little segment here. We already talked about the watering down of the positions that you guys tried to pull with this all purpose position, which gave 12 positions on offense. But what I didn't realize was two things. First of all, you decided to have 5 defensive ends for the defensive side, which gave them 13 separate positions. And then you were awarded Christian McCaffrey as the all-purpose first team, but you then turned around and you gave second team all-purpose to Bijan Robinson, who was already the first team all-pro first team. So
Wait,
so
wait,
not
wait.
only
I thought he was already the first team. How can they
yes,
award him twice?
yes, they were. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They awarded Bijan Robinson twice. So
wow.
so all pro running back first team, and then all pro all purpose second team.
Wow.
I mean,
Dude,
so
that's a special kind of messed up. I
yes, th-
wow.
this this whole experiment is completely and utterly ridiculous.
What are they
It,
doing? I mean,
yeah,
that is so absurd. I've never heard of such a thing.
right. So I already made my cry last week about they need to disband with this whole idea. Get back to 11 positions, 11 players, period, point blank, and leave it alone. But for the love of God, at the very least, this All Pro has got to go. Y'all seriously need to do better. This is a 100% F. And you've already, I mean, the Pro Bowl is already ruined. Don't turn around and ruin the All Pro team too. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yet again, NFL All Pro Selection Committee, all of y'all, kiss my grits for the
Well,
second week in a row.
Huh.
that's a straight up good point, because that actually ruins a lot of people's chances. And I think you pointed this out last week, there, Hater, with the sense that these guys, if they're missing out on these all pro selections, they tend to get overlooked when it comes to matters of Hall of Famers.
Yes, and it could affect their contracts as well.
Yeah. Uh, dude,
Yeah,
that's bad. That's so
yeah.
bad. That has
Um,
business written all over it.
yeah. So now that I got that out the way. So my Alamo minute goes to a very special friend. So first of all, this is a coworker of my wife so shout out to her as well because she was able to keep this a secret. And and they collaborated together and they decided to surprise the show, the 210 show, with our own custom light up sign that we now have, completely made of wood, and it was an absolutely fantastic job. And I was able to surprise the guys last week.
Oh yeah.
With it is it was supposed to be a Christmas gift. It was supposed to be the Christmas gift to the show, but because we haven't been able to get together, it took us to get basically to mid-January to actually present it. But to Gus, if you're out there, if you're listening to the show, a 1000% thank you, not only beside myself, but for the show here and for the team, with such a tremendous gift and a show of love. And I just can't say enough of how it makes us feel as a show, as a group of men, and it's just, man, it just makes us official, man. And I just can't express my gratitude enough. So to Gus, I appreciate you, brother. And look, you get a personal invite whenever you want to come on the show. You just let us know. We will make time for you, sir. You've earned that. All right. So just let me know, and we'll make it happen, brother.
I second that. I saw the sign, and it is magnificent.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I will. Second, third, fourth. Yeah, that was a heck of a gift. I mean, it was very touching. So thank you too, from me.
Yeah, that thing was great, dude. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I told my wife all about it, and she saw the pictures, so she thought it was really cool. So definitely, yeah. Thank you for doing that. All right, and Joy, you do have a little minute or kiss my grits?
Not this week, gentlemen. I think I'm good.
Okay. I don't have any either. Sorry, we didn't get to the UFC talk, but the next pod we'll probably just do an analysis of the fights. And for those that don't know, it's Gagey versus Patty the Baddie, and then O'Malley versus, I'm forgetting his name, but one other person. So Sean O'Malley's on the card, and should be a good one. And if you have Paramount Plus subscription, you'll be able to watch it. So, without having to pay $60. Anyway, all right, y'all. Well, good.
We're good.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening to us tonight. Rico, can you let them know, or Hater, can you let them know how they can get a hold of us?
Absolutely. You can check us out on Spotify, Apple, and Overcast at The 210 Show. You can also check us out on YouTube at The 210 Show Pod. And a special thank you to the 19 subscribers that we have currently. We want to keep that going. So please share this show with a friend. We would definitely appreciate that. Please leave a comment, a thumbs up. Oh, and also a side note as well. If you leave for whatever reason, we can't see the comments on Apple for some odd reason. We're getting feedback that people are leaving not only ratings but also comments, but we're only seeing 2 of them. So if at the very least, if you make make that note, also leave it on our YouTube channel as well, because we definitely want to get the feedback that you guys are giving to us. So just please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified of the pod as we drop them. And we appreciate everybody's support for this show.
And one of the things that I'd like to point out is if any of y'all out there that are listening to this show have a topic that you'd like to have us discuss, please send it to us. We try to cover everything that we can. Yeah. So anyway.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I second that. Oh, one quick thing. So I do see some comments that are on Spotify. I have responded to a few of those. So we appreciate the reach out and the feedback on that. Keep them coming. And we appreciate y'all's support. All right, everybody. God bless. Good night and take care.